You read the thumbnail correctly. Yes, Dead Matter's map will be getting a massive increase, and it's not in the video part of the update, so you might not have seen all the new map info, so let's get right to it.
Player 2 has entered the game.
And here we go.
Hello Survivors, Player 2 here, and if you don't want to miss out on any Dead Matter details and find yourself constantly wanting new info about the game, consider subscribing to not miss a thing and to join the community. So, the Dead Matter map has been a big topic of this game's conversation for the last couple of months. If you haven't been sheltered from this game, then you're already probably aware of this. Basically, some raw information was leaked about the Dead Matter map, including sizing, multiple maps, instancing, etc. And with it being so brief, and the devs telling everyone to wait till the next big update to get more details on the map, speculation ensued. It even started a rumor that I still hear about Dead Matter not even being an open world game anymore, which is completely untrue. Most of it was false, and up until this new vlog was yet to be cleared up. But now, not only did they clear it up, they went and made the map even bigger than what we had originally anticipated from what they said on Discord back in December. You see, back then, we were informed that there would be several maps ranging in size from 4x4 kilometers to 10x10 kilometers. And for most of us, this came as quite a shock because the plan we had all assumed was to have a gigantic 20x20 kilometer map, which was a huge selling point for Dead Matter. Yet in December, we were told the biggest city in the game, Calgary, would be a separate 4x4 kilometer map, and the southern Alberta woodlands would shrink to a 10x10 kilometer map. Now, for me, you can still do an awful lot with those map sizes as long as there's quite a bit of depth, as well as encounters and loot. I always point to Skyrim an example because though the map wasn't that large, you could still scale mountains and travel underground into caverns and caves, giving it depth, and there were countless encounters as well as loot. But then, this new vlog comes out and drops a bombshell right on us. It's actually pretty awesome, so pay a little bit of attention. I'll just read what the devs wrote straight to you. So here's what they had to say. Let's get straight addressing the big elephant in the room. There has been some information floating around the internet about how the maps are going to be set up in Dead Matter that we would like to address. We've heard you all loud and clear, and after consulting with our mapping lead, the primary South Alberta map will be targeted for a 16 kilometer by 16 kilometer size. This is the original target size minus the area that Calgary would have been occupying on the map. That is, obviously, if they kept everything in together in a 20 by 20 kilometer map. To directly address concerns from backers, our map isn't going to be smaller than Skyrim's map, or have Escape from Tarkov style instancing. Our game is, and always will be, an open world survival game, which is pretty important to say. We originally wanted to downscale South Alberta to 10 kilometer by 10 kilometer, with a separate map of the same size that takes place in a different, unique section of Alberta to add some variety to the game. As a result of slamming the brakes on these changes, we will likely have to play with the zombie AI and add further optimizations as the map grows in size, especially on servers that have a large player count and require hundreds of active zombies to be present.
But wait! There's more!
Sean Wayans is right, my dudes. It gets even better. In the next part, they go on to say, why is Calgary going to be on a separate map? I assume that's a question they've been asked quite a bit. Calgary is a massive city and a massive undertaking. We want to have a dense urban environment. We want to represent the size and scale of the city and do it justice. In order to properly pull off the original version we had for Calgary, we're going to separate it from the main map. The Calgary map will feature a new set of factions, which I imagine we haven't heard anything about yet, so I guess that's more to come. They're also saying there's going to be a unique set of metagame events, so little things here and there that'll pop up that you can do, and of course plenty of new and unique locations for players to explore. We are currently targeting a 6 by 6 kilometer for the Calgary map, but this number may potentially change as our plans for the city become more conclusive. So as you can see, the Calgary map is actually going to go up in size a little bit too from the original 4x4 that we were talking about back in December. Players will be able to travel between the two maps. Now pay attention, this part's important. Provided someone is hosting servers with a database both server instances are connected to, by walking to the eastern edge of the South Alberta map to travel to the city. So, You won't even have to interrupt your gameplay by logging out and then back into another server that has that map. You can potentially get both on the same server. And the best part is coming up. Actually, well, best for me. This means there will be a roughly 16-kilometer long window for those of you who like to play it safe. There will be a loading screen as you're connecting to a different server, but given how far Calgary is geographically from southern Alberta our map takes place in, we feel that it's not too bad of a trade-off for being able to preserve your character and vehicle across multiple maps. So, yeah, technically I guess you could be on a different server, but you're really just going to flow right into the next map. You don't have to back out and get back in and all that stuff. But really the biggest part for me was the vehicle part. I mean, I don't know if anybody's seen on Discord, but that's my biggest question is, can you drive your vehicle from one map to another? So that confirms that you actually will be able to do that. I mean, I plan to be rocking a camper, so that's kind of important for me. That's going to be my home. And did you have the question about the spawn camping? If there is only one point on the map from which you can enter the next map through? Me too, and the devs answer that as well. Next, they say, when transferring to a different map or spawning in for the first time, you'll be given a set of locations to pick from in order to spawn. When discovering new locations, they'll be added to a list of known locations that you can spawn or respawn at. In the event you are transferring between servers, your character will incur a calorie and hydration cost when spawning at locations further away from the map border. So first off, that's great news for spawn camping. There will definitely be several means of entry into the separate maps, and I like the bonus realism we get in the calorie and hydration being affected by distance of where you spawn in. But if you are looking for some PvP at a border, they also have a recommendation for you too. They go on to say if you're adventurous, there's also going to be a handful of points scattered across southern Alberta that you can use to travel to Calgary. These will be known to players, and if you're looking for a fight, then this is the potentially lucrative option for you. And I love how you can tell Nick wrote this. Plan accordingly. So are you satisfied with the new map changes? Let me know in the poll on your screen now. And if you're craving more Dead Matter info, consider subscribing, or if you need more convincing of my capabilities, check out the next Dead Matter video right now.